All right, I'm at the 2008 PGA Show, and I've got my pal Clay Long, designer for Nicklaus Golf, and he's going to tell us about the new irons and the sort of the new yet old weighting system that you've got for the irons.
Tony, our new iron is the most forgiving, highest moment of inertia iron in all of golf as of today.
Okay.
We've incorporated the extreme polar weighting concept that was first introduced around 1994 in placing weight behind the back of the hosel and in the low end of the toe. And this tremendous spread of weight in large distance pushes the moment of inertia way up past traditional heel-toe weighting concepts. We've also modeled this club in the computer, and it has a perfect center of gravity, dead center in the face. And if you look at this chart up here, these are independent measurements of some of the current more popular irons on the market, and you can see that the Polarity iron has the highest moment of inertia of all the irons on this list, which are all the major manufacturers. So we actually have achieved quite a coup in terms of moment of inertia.
And for people who don't know what moment of inertia is, or MOI, that's the club's ability to stay square at impact?
That's right. It's the club's resistance to twisting on off-center hits. So the higher that number is, the less the club will twist on off-center hits, and the better shot you get from a less perfect strike.
So every club is going to perform well when you hit a dead center.
That's correct.
But the higher the MOI, the better it is for off-center shots.
That's exactly right.
All right.
The key component in a game improvement club for sure.
Okay, and so this is the game improvement version.
Yes, it is.
And we have, you're working on some other versions for the...
We have a better players version that's in work that we'll have out probably in the fall.
Okay. All right, how about the new hybrids?
Well, our new hybrid design is centered around trying to improve on the technology of current hybrids. And we felt like if there was any deficiency in a hybrid product today, it's the inability to hit it as accurately as a long iron. It's much easier to hit higher and longer than a long iron, but you can't hit it as accurately. And we felt like the reason for that is that there aren't any good lines to reference on to aim the club. And so what we've done is we've put a little blade front, a little flat-faced iron blade front on our hybrid. Okay. So now when you set it down, you can actually aim it like an iron, but the playability, the center of gravity, and the balance point are such that the club plays like a hybrid. So you can aim it like an iron, but you get the height and distance of a hybrid shot. So also on the bottom, you see we have a low turf contact surface on the bottom. Much lower turf contact area than last year. We have a couple of rails.
Yeah, I just noticed those rails.
To help guide your club through the turf and keep the club square through impact.
And you also have the weighting.
Right, and the hybrids also incorporate the hosel weighting because they're closer to an iron than they are a wood. So they're actually quite a bit more forgiving than they were last year as well.
Very nice. Thank you, Clay.
Tony, thank you.
We're back here with Clay Long again, Nicklaus Golf designer, and he's showing me the fairway wood. Same principle on the bottom of the club with the rails and the low, what do you call it, low turf?
Low turf drag.
Low turf drag.
There's much less surface area contact.
Okay.
Can we walk right here?
You bet.
You can see this graphic here of how much less contact area there is on the ground of the new design versus the previous design.
Yeah, see, I have the driver version with that design.
Right, the dual point.
Right.
So we have rails to help you guide the club through the ground, less surface contact area for a slicker shot through bad lies, easier to hit it off of, dig it out of a bad lie, get the ball up in the air.
What about the rough? Does that help in the rough as well?
Yeah, because there's less surface contact with the ground, so it's going to be easier to get it through, through a rough condition. Our new fastback driver is a new geometry driver category club, a super high inertia driver. It's limit dimension, 5 inches by 5 inches, which is as wide and as long as you can make it according to the rules of golf. It has a super forgiving, super high moment of inertia. And you'll notice that it has a little bit non-traditional shape here. We actually let the shape help us balance the club more effectively.
Right. Typically, you see, it's symmetrical.
Right.
This is not.
The symmetrical drivers have a very high propensity to hit the ball to the right.
Okay.
Because it's very difficult to get the center of gravity in the correct place.
Which is why you're putting weights right there.
We actually have just let the shape help pull the center of gravity over in the right place.
Gotcha.
Because there's so little weight left over in these big limit dimension drivers to adjust the center of gravity internally. And so we've actually used shape to help us do that. And the center of gravity is in pretty much the optimum position in this driver. It's not very right biased like a lot of the symmetric drivers are. And consequently, we don't have to make it as hook face as some of the other competitive drivers because of that. It has
so a player would maybe enjoy this club a little bit more than a higher handicap.
He'll like the face. I think the face will be more pleasing to everyone's eye, high handicap or not.
Oh, okay.
And the right tendency of the driver is not in there, which will certainly be attractive to the high handicapper. We also have a drawback version of this driver, which is an offset driver, which I will get. And this is the drawback version, which we've actually taken this head and offset it.
Oh yeah.
So now this is more of a left bias product for the guy who needs some help with his slice.
Right.
Which is very difficult to get in a limit dimension driver these days, a truly draw biased version of this club, because they are inherently right biased to start with. So this is going to be a lot of help to a lot of people here.
Now, are these products available now?
Yes, they are.
That's really nice looking stuff.
They ship January 15th, which was yesterday, I think, 2 days ago. So.
Terrific. Well, thank you, Clay.
Tony, thank you very much.
My pleasure.
It's a pleasure talking to you.
You too.